Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome to second part of today's session. Now we are going to discuss fourth canto, 13th chapter, 35th sloka onwards. So we'll become a little quick, fast. So we have to finish our syllabus. We are enjoying our time very leisurely and very happily, and we are entertaining so many questions. समय का मजा लेंगे तो सजा मिलेगा. Okay. इति व्यवसिता विप्रास्तस्य राज्ञः प्रजातये पुरोडाशं निरवपन् सिपिविष्टाय विष्णवे. Translation.
Yes, for the sake of sun. Diana, screenplay.
टेक्नोलॉजी का मजा तो लेना चाहिए. यूटिलाइज आनंद लिए जाए.
Just for the sake of the sun.
हाँ.
For King Anga, they decided to offer oblations to Lord Vishnu, who is situated in the hearts of all living beings.
Yeah. So they offered oblations to Vishnu. Purport. According to sacrificial rituals, animals are sometimes sacrificed in the yajna arena. Such animals are sacrificed not to kill them but to give them new life. Such action was an experiment to observe whether the Vedic mantras were being properly pronounced. Sometimes small animals are killed in a medical laboratory to investigate therapeutic effects. In a medical clinic, the animals are not revived, but in the yajna arena, when animals were sacrificed, they were again given life by the potency of Vedic mantras. So this is actually its laboratory. Yajna is also laboratory, so they check the mantras potency. Then after that, they use mantras for getting their specific purpose, like this Pratra Kameshti Yaga they are going to do. So this Yaga they do before that they check the mantras potency and they do the Pratra Kameshti Yaga. So Vishnu is going to appear. Vishnu is being satisfied. So he is appearing. Tasmat Purusha Uttastau Hema Malya Malambara Hiranmayena Patrena Siddham Adaya Payasam. As soon as the oblations was offered in the fire, a person appeared from the fire altar wearing a golden garland and a white dress. He was carrying a golden pot filled with rice boiled in milk. Next. Savipranumato Raja Grihitvanjali Naudanam Avagraya Muda Yuktaha Pradatya Patnya Udaradi Pradat Patnya Udaradi. The king was very liberal, and after taking permission from the priest, he took the preparation in his giant palms, and after smelling it, he offered a portion to his wife. So that sweet rice pot he took and he gave to his wife. The word Udardi is significant in this connection. The wife of the king, Sunitha, was not fit to accept this benediction. Yet the king was so liberal that without hesitation, he offered to his wife the boiled rice in milk prasad received from the Yajna Purusha. Of course, everything is designated by Supreme Personality of God. As will be explained in later verses, this incident was not a very favorable for the king. Since the king was very liberal, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in order to increase his detachment from this material world, willed that a cruel son be born of the queen so that the king would have to leave home. 1 second, Prabhu. One query. Hello? বলুন। Yes, yes. আমি বলছি। আমি দূরে আছি। বলুন। না, আছি না। আমি আছি না। Okay. If we all are devotees and community is full of devotees, then things are very peaceful. But even we are doing good activities, farming activity, but dealing with the Rajasic and Tamasic people, lusty people, they wants to eat away our money. Now I have to sell out. I have to sell out more than so 25 to 30 acres of maize is there. Now I have to sell it, and there is so much problem. Once the rains are coming, they are trying to make cash of the situation. They want to give very less money. So all the time they make, hey, this is not there, that is not there, I will not give this much, I will give tomorrow, this, that. Devotees community, then goodness will be automatically, things will be as per the rules and regulations. No. But outside people, it's very difficult to deal. Sinful. Unmute तो हो गया ना? Okay. So here, the king was very. So in future, we are going to see. Prabhupada is also studying, as will be explained in later verses. She is not fit to get that. She is a sinful woman actually, and her father is also sinful man. Death personification. So, but the Udaradihi, that means, but still she is not qualified to get that pious, that sweet rice. But Udaradihi, Anga is so liberal, and out of his bold heartedness, so he gave that pot to her. And so you can see, in order to increase his detachment, and Lord also is going to do proper arrangement for Anga actually. He is going to give a cruel boy as a son. Reason is, yeah, one reason is actually he is a devotee, Anga, and to take him more close. So that's why he is going to give that cruel boy as son. Another way also you can think in the respect of karma. So Anga is also having the sin, and but he got the because of that he got a sinful wife. Because of sinful wife, son is also sinful boy. This is Adi Bhautika. So external reason and devotional reason is Krishna's willing, and external reason is you can see. So because of his sinful wife, he is going to get sinful son. We are going to see these both things in coming slokas. As stated above, Lord Vishnu fulfills the desires of the karmis as they desire. But Lord fulfills the desire of a devotee in a different way. So in previous sloka we have seen in the Prabhupada writing, karmis case he never interferes. He will just leave them as per their karma, whatever they should get, they will get. But what about jivas who turned towards him because of the sadhus association, those who came to know about Krishna. If in their case, what Krishna is saying, hey, you surrender to me completely, you give up everything and fully surrender to me and completely all the time you be engaged in my service. Chant my names, hear my names, and remember me and worship me. Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, Manmanabhav Madbhakto Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. These activities are representing what? Direct devotional activities. Madhyaji, Manmanabhava, Madhyaji, Manmanabhava Madbhakto Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. Vishwanath is based upon this sloka is saying after surrendering one should do, after completely surrendering to Krishna, one should do what? Direct devotional service. That's why you can match with our diagram also. In this diagram also, what? After full surrender, what one should do? Madhyaji, Manmanabhav, Madbhakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru means direct devotional activities. That means 64 limbs one should do 24 hours. So everywhere, everything will match actually. Here, Bhagavad Gita, whatever is saying, nectar of devotion, Bhagavatam, everywhere, same concept, same philosophy is being again and again repeated. So, Lord, in 1867 is saying Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji. In 66 is saying Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. He's saying you just surrender to me and always work for me. Do my direct devotional activities. Even if you do for preaching sake some indirect activities, indirect devotional activities, but still while doing that also you should keep on remember me or chant me, my names, hear my names, like that he's saying. So that is only the goal of the Jivatma. Na? Jivatma is what? By nature, it is constitutionally servant of the Krishna, nothing else actually. No other relationship is Jivatma's permanent relationship. This you have to cultivate in everyone's heart. This is a preaching actually. We have to cultivate this spirit in everyone's heart. So, in their case, that means Lord, in his devotee's case, he will take full control. So that means karma will not work in their case. Whatever is happening because of Lord's will. Even if there is a karma, karma will be destroyed. That means you can see in the another vritti will happen in the various levels. So Lord will be giving as a different treatments. Two devotees are there, they have same karma, but treatment will be different. Lord will be giving the differently treatment to each. So according to his will and wish, sometimes he may give sweet medicine, sometimes he may give bitter medicine for his devotees. It's completely Lord's free will. So what kind of medicine he wants to give for his devotees to treat their nature actually, to make them more and more close to him. Next, but in the case of karmis, as stated above, Lord Vishnu fulfills the desires of the karmis as they desire. But the Lord fulfills the desires of a devotee in a different way. Different way means not like in the case of karmis. Sometimes he may give good result, sometimes he may give worst result, anything. Ultimately, he makes sure that his devotee become more and more, so his love for him intensify. That he will check. That he will do. Next. सातत्पुंसवनं राज्ञी प्राश्यवे प्रत्युराधदे गर्भं काल उपावृत्ते कुमारं सुषुवे प्रजा. Although the queen had no son, after eating that food, which had the power to produce a male child, she became pregnant by her husband. And in due course of time, she gave birth to a son. Daughter of Gandhar? No, one sinful man. Among the 10 kinds of purificatory process, one is Pumsamanam. This 16 samskaras are there. Not only 10, actually, it's a 16. Majorly, this is 10. But if you go elaborately, it's a 16. Even it can be counted as 40 also sometimes. Based upon the various acharyas, they count in many, many ways. Major is 10, some little more. If you go and see 16 Shodash Samskaras, even it can be 40 also, in which the wife is offered some prasada or remnants of foodstuff offered to Lord Vishnu. So, samskarat bhavet vijaha. So, by the samskaras, what happened in varnasrama system? Varnasrama system is following samskaras. So, they do follow the samskaras. That's why they are. These people also follow samskaras. These people also follow samskaras. These people also follow samskaras. But they don't need of samskaras for this and this, because they left the karma. These people are fully surrendered and they left everything. All good and bad, no matter for them. And these people are completely surrendered to Krishna. They are beyond the modes. These people also, they are transcended actually. So they are fully in the focus of getting Brahman. So, but samskaras are needed in this area. These people, Daiva Varnashrama samskaras. We can see samskaras given for the Daiva Varnashrama people. What kind of samskaras they should do? How should they should do? Will they worship demigods in that samskaras? No. So what is the procedure they should follow? As per which book? Satkri Saradipika by Gopal Bhattu Goswami. Samskaras, how to perform, he has given. Devotees, how they should marry. Vivaha samskara, how they should do, is given. Already our acharyas, everything they give. For these people actually. For these people, they follow karma kandas, they worship devatas. These people, this impersonalist varnashrama dharma. This I don't know much, but these are the three different types of varnashrama systems. Impersonalist varnashrama, karmi varnashrama, and daiva varnashrama. And vikarmis, they don't follow any varna and ashrama. Whimsically, they do. Wherever there is a profit, wherever there is a money more, they will take up that activity. They will never stick to one particular dharma. Because for karmis, which is matter? Money matter. Sorry, not karmis, vikarmis. For karmis, money is matter, but they do follow shastra for their prescribed duties. And vikarmis, for them also money is matter, but they don't want to follow shastra. That means even fallen. But we don't want to get money actually, but we are in the transition phase actually. They want to transcend all these upadhis and also all the material benefits. Anyabhilasha sunyam, they want to become anyabhilasha sunyam. But now in the time being, so what they should accept to maintain their body, they should accept something to maintain their family. And they should not maintain greed actually. They should live simple life. So these people life is simple life as per Shastra. But they do offer their result of karma to Lord all the time to please him. And these people samskaras, no worship of demigods. Here there is a worship of demigods. So it's a pumsamana yaga. That is pumsamana samskara.
He smelled the prasad first. Is it allowed to smell?
The husband, he has to smell it. That is not an ordinary one. It's not just like a prasad. It is a food actually. To get a children brought by that Purusha who is appearing from the Yajna Kunda. Husband should smell.
That is a process.
Then only she will be getting pregnancy. बच्चा तो चाहिए ना भाई. किसी को बच्चा को देना चाहिए तो स्मेल ही करके. ऐसा है क्या? ऐसा नहीं, ये इधर स्पेशली process actually. So that after sexual intercourse with her husband, she may conceive a child. So, Udaradi. She is sinful woman. She is not qualified to get this prasada. But still he gave because of Udaradi. Anga should not give to her. Huh?
किसी घर में बच्चा है
इसीलिए ना मिस्टेक हो गया, ऐसे ही वेण आ गया। बच्चा तो चाहिए लेकिन वाइफ तो बुरी, वाइफ इज नॉट गुड। So she should not get such a thing, actually, such a food stuff which is coming from that yajna. But still he gave. मजबूर हो गए बस, उनका प्रारब्ध ऐसा है, वो भी उनका भी sin है. Anga also having this sin. But we should see in a devotional way actually. It's the Lord's will that he is going to get a bad child. That's why he is arranged a bad wife also. Sabalaye vapurusho mahat mata mahamanuvratah आदामार्मांशोद्भवं मृत्युं तेनाभवद् अधार्मिकः. That boy was born partially in the dynasty of Irlesian. His grandfather was death personified, and the boy grew up as his follower. He became a greatly irreligious person. So he got the qualities of grandfather. Prabhupada is writing, see in the purport. The child's mother, Sunitha, was the daughter of death personified. That means he's a cruel man. Sunita's father was a very cruel man. Used to kill people. Generally, the daughter receives the qualification of her father. And the son acquires those of mother. Your mother qualities mostly will be in the son, mother qualities. And father qualities will be in daughter. So according to the axiomatic truth that things equal to the same things are equal to one another, the child born of King Anga became the follower of his maternal grandfather because she got, so Vena's mother got qualities from her father. He is death personified. That's why cruelty is there in her also. And her qualities will come to now Vena. So if anyone get a good son, then where they should get married? They should get married a sattvic girl. Then boy will be nice. According to Smriti Shastra, a child generally follows the principles of maternal uncle's house. Narana Matula Karma means that a child generally follows the qualities of his maternal family. If the maternal family is very corrupt or sinful, the child, even though born of a good father, becomes a victim of maternal family. According to Vedic civilization, therefore, before the marriage takes place, an account is taken of both the boys and girls' families. At least 7 generations they check in ancient days. If someone follows 7 generations properly, their samskaras, shodash samskaras, then in that family, so in the next generation, the boy will be having the qualities of that caste. If there is a Brahmana caste, then he'll be a Brahman. Most chances are there. So that's why they are going to check before fixing a match. They are going to check the 7 generations, all they are proper or not. All the samskaras happen to this family lineage properly or not. Through the relatives and relatives and relatives like that, they check. If any discrepancy, any wrong thing is there, then they will not go for this match. Because of this fear, oh, my daughter will not get married if I do wrong. Because of this fear, also people they will be so stepping back to do any sinful activity. गांव में कोई भी दारू नहीं पीते क्योंकि मेरे बेटी की शादी नहीं होगा, इस डर से भी होता है, पता है आपको? हम लोग के गांव में ऐसा है कि दारू पीने वाला घर से लड़की को शादी नहीं करते। अरे उनका पिताजी दारू पीते हैं, सिगरेट पीते हैं, डंडीबाज है, तो नहीं। नहीं जानते नहीं उनके nobody will take nobody prefer a girl to marry from that house. It's like that. Because of that fear, they are controlled actually. Father will not do any mistake. And also someone do any mistake, he will be out from the house, out from the village. So that's why, so like this social culture, that means society will make, that means the culture of the society will protect us actually. Now what? Free culture. So no one should ask anyone. So I'm not answerable to anyone. It's my personal life. What is the demons? They introduce nasty things so systematically with a very sophisticated words. I need my space. आजकल ब्रह्मचारी आई नीड माई कौन सा स्पेस चाहिए रे तू कौन सा स्पेस चाहिए this concept introduced by demons actually in that thought. Then what even wife is saying with husband, I need my space. Child is saying to father and mother, parents, I need my space. That means I am not responsible or I am not answerable to anyone. This is my space. But previously, everyone is obeying the rules of the society and culture, and everyone is fear of the culture, fear of the society, and people think that this is very worst thing. Now people think that we are advanced and we don't need to follow any rules of the society, any rules of the family, nothing. I have my own freedom and I have my own space and I can do whatever I want. This is nothing but what? Demonic culture. It looks like so nice and we don't know that this is the wrong thing. Many people, they don't know that this is the wrong idea. So unfortunate. Even devotees also now missing. What space? Children want space in front of parents. Wife wants space. What space she wants? Where she will go by taking space? क्या करना चाहती हो? ये क्या है? That means she doesn't want to answer in certain things. That is the meaning, na? I want space means. Brahmachari, what space he want? What space he wants? कहाँ लिखा है वो? भगवान की सरेंडरिंग के लिए भी यही बोल रहे हैं. Lord, I want my space. I can't surrender fully to you. So people who are grown up in this kind of culture want space like that, my space. How can they know how to surrender actually? Can they imagine the meaning of the surrender? They can't imagine also. Can they understand the meaning of surrender? They cannot. But in the ancient Vedic culture, that means children, they surrender to their parents. Wife is surrendered to her husband. Elderly mother surrendered to her son. And people are responsible, answerable to the society. This was there. This was the sattvic culture actually. This will protect person to not to fall down. Ultimately, following all these rules and regulations, what is the purpose? Maintaining goodness and finally attaining absolute truth. This was the goal actually. Not to get any kind of pleasure in this material world. That was not the goal. See, so many concepts are nowadays. One more concept in the friendship also. Friend for benefit. Friend with benefit. You know this concept? Huh? You don't know. Huh? You don't know. What is that? Ah. Yes. Friend for benefit means no commitment. Huh? Living is different. Living is different and friend with benefit is different.
They are friends that they are not committed.
No, not committed to each other, and you take whatever I have and I take whatever you have. We do friendship for each other's benefit and no commitment. And this concept is introduced, and boys, girls in the colleges, they are taking this concept so aggressively and adapting this ideology very quickly, and now they are becoming friend for benefit. And after that, whenever you don't want and mutually they don't want, then break up. No friendship. Finish. This is rapidly spreading in your colleges where you are preaching. If you don't know this idea, then how you can defeat this idea? You should know this idea.
Will become beneficial with this idea.
What?
Rather than defeating the idea, it will become the beneficial of the idea.
Beneficial who?
One who is going to defeat the idea won't be.
He will get benefit. He will also make a friend. For benefit. प्रचार गए बाढ़ में because it will become very difficult in future because they became so rebellious and they don't want to give any answer to anyone. They are not responsible for their parents from their childhood. They are not responsible to the teachers. Even they do friendship, no commitment. So all the nasty ideas are spreading very rapidly actually in the youth. Well, there's so many concepts are there. So living, relationship, and breakups, this and that, so many. What was taught by our Vedas? Chastity was taught. Chastity and faithfulness. This is not at all discussed anywhere in their life. They don't know the meaning or the word itself, chastity, they don't know. It's a rotten word. This is happening. So it was like that. Culture was protecting one's character so much. That is the need of the culture actually. Vedic culture, why we need? We are not sentimental. So culture protects the people's for degradation. Their character will be protected actually. So that goodness is maintained. So that people can understand Shastra nicely if goodness is there. By having cows and by having sufficient food and good culture will maintain society in goodness so that one can hear Shastra nicely. Okay, if the maternal family is very corrupt. Okay, next. If according to astrological calculation the combination is perfect, that marriage take place. Even the devotees also, we are not surrendered devotees. Devotees also, they should follow astrological calculations before fixing a match. It's necessary. Prabhupada write in another place also. Allow किया बस कर लिया तो बाद में बहुत कुछ मैचिंग नहीं हुआ. If there is no matching with boy and girl's character, astrology still it works. Don't think that astrology is gone bygone science. No, it works now also. As per astrology, wherever there is a matching, then they go for marriage. And also they should check the at least 7 generations. But in the previous now, at least few generations, at least 2 generations. They should see. Huh?
Character.
7 character and the samskaras. No corruption. The varna sankara should not happen. Properly they followed all the rituals, samskaras, shodas samskaras. Nowadays there no means, that's why there is all now who are taking birth. If you see now present generations, that means boys who took birth after 2000 year, if you see their astrological uh, charts, they are very much worst actually. All are very fickle-minded and no devotion, no daiva balam, that means, and also all are very, very demonic. All bad grahas are looking into their life, very corrupted. And girls also. Nobody is having the fixed marriages. All are flying off. Dosha. So many doshas. You can find from an astrologer. He will tell his experience. But if you see the astrological charts in 1980s, at least some better actually. This is a situation actually. Because demons are taking birth now, more and more. And that's why they are adapting this kind of demonic ideas so quickly, rapidly.
Father is also not.
Huh?
Father is also not. All is also a nowadays they don't know who is our father. Nobody can ascertain that father. And out of any.
Yeah, women also they are getting corrupted now. They are living in the colleges also together, co-living. Corruption already gone, happened. Womb is already corrupted. If they do one-time sex also, womb is corrupted actually. After that, even if she married properly and if she go for with another man, so that is corrupted womb only. Khet already barbad ho gaya. It's called varnasankara only. From there, varnasankara only will come. Even mentally, she thinks another boy and she do sex with her husband, but she is going to get the varnasankara. Huh?
In Kalyuga, more and more people, so I've already got corrupted.
It will be revised actually.
For that particular person,
Huh.
so that he can come back to normal life.
Chant Hare Krishna, holy name.
So those to whom we are preaching in colleges, they are mostly gone out after 2000 now.
Yes, yes.
They are not able to understand what we are discussing. They don't understand. They're not able to grasp all.
Yeah, because they are not able to grasp. Definitely, that's why you have to put more and more your devotional power.
Yeah, thanks.
It's not so easy actually. Now almost all they are now they are 20s now. That means they took birth in 2005, 6, 7 like that. Huh? Friend with benefit. Huh? They are very much attracted to friend with benefit. Yeah, you do friendship with for the devotional benefit, not with girls. But it's a really challenging, Prabhu. This time is really challenging time. That's why you might be seeing that the preaching also is going difficult nowadays. Youth preaching becoming difficult. They are very fickle-minded and all the time they have mobile. On the top of that, they are given with mobile. Now the lust is entering in the intelligence also. Now they can make like previously whatever the BFs are there, so they used to watch that. Now using the AI, you can create your own BF. The requirements you can feed it and it will be creating and it will be showing the way you want. It will appearing like as it is. You don't do research. I heard from somewhere and I am telling you. That means previously in the 90s, 80s, or 70s, just by seeing only one time, two times they are seeing on the road women, that's all. Whenever they want, they can't see. Whenever they come, then only they go and see. That was the situation. When you come to the 2000s, then internet came and then we are getting freely CDs. So and after that, so internet became so much, and internet freely available, so many websites. Now after coming AI, that means mentally it is increased. That means initially it was in the sense level in 80s. Now after that internet free, you are getting so much data, it entered into the mind. Whatever you desire in the mind, that you can see. Previously, whatever is there, that only you have to see. Whatever is coming in front of your senses, that only you have to see. Village में कोई भी एक औरत दिखाए तो दिखाए बस. अभी क्या now on top of the mind, now it is going to the higher level. Whatever the way you want, you can design also film. फिल्म यू कैन डिजाइन। माने क्या है? अभी लास्ट कहां तक पहुंच गया वो? इंटेलिजेंस लेवल तक पहुंच गया। उसको भी वो लोग छोड़े नहीं, डिमंस। दे आर हेजिटेटिंग योर लस्ट इन द इंटेलिजेंस। They are boosting your lust which is in the intelligence. Kama lust is, what are the sitting places of lust? This is the meaning actually. Lust in the intelligence which is sitting in the intelligence is now boosted actually by AI. ध्यान से रहिए आप लोग।
That's why they are now very depressed. Like nowadays, when you are preaching why are depressed and alone, loneliness.
So intelligence level also they are tortured actually. Their lust is gratified, and that's why they are very much addicted actually. They will make their own way of this type of that type of this heroine, that heroine. Wherever whichever heroine you want, you can just give that features and feed it, and film will be ready for you. You can watch that. But you have to pay anyway. That's why don't keep more money with you. Then your mind will be agitated with that money to make such a movie. Be simple. Baba, society is going so rapidly towards the ignorance and passionate ignorance. वो पुराना कॉन्सेप्ट्स, पुराना टेक्निक्स चलेगा नहीं आगे प्रचार के लिए भी। बहुत कुछ we should be, lot of we should change our preaching strategies also. Youth is fully corrupted. Go and see in their lives. Try to touch their heart. Try to understand their real problems. And accordingly, you try to preach and so help them. That means opponent is very powerfully attacking. So these all devotees are sajjanas actually. And durjanas, these are all demons. So the bhari pad raha actually now, demonic people, demonic ideas. हम लोग अपना दुनिया में मस्ती से आराम से। हाँ?
They do not care of.
Sometimes the Lord arranges an unfortunate wife for his devotee so that gradually, due to family circumstances, the devotee becomes detached from his wife and home and makes progress in devotional life. In your life, in devotee's life, something, oh, my wife is not good. Okay, very good. Prabhupada says this, not me actually. Leave that and come to and join our mission. Don't go for second marriage, he says. Prabhupada also was thinking to go for second marriage. His father told, no need of second marriage. Prabhupada also suggests same thing. Any disciple, my wife is not good, okay, no problem. Then leave that and join with our movement. So, bad wife, I'm saying, in the case of bad wife. It appears that by arrangement of this is arrangement of the Lord. One should take everything. It appears that by the arrangement of the Supreme Personality of God, King Anga, although a pious devotee, got an unfortunate wife like Sunitha, and later on a bad child like Vena. Bad wife and bad child. Sa sharasana udyamya murga yurvana gochara antya sadhur mrugandinan veno savityaram raujana. After fixing his bow and arrow, the cruel boy used to go to the forest and unnecessarily kill innocent deer, and as soon as he came, all the people would cry, Here comes cruel Vena. Here comes cruel Vena. What he used to do, this Vena? Very, very cruel man. People just boys small in childhood only. While playing with the small children, he used to take out his knife and cut their throats and go away. Such a cruel person. And anyone is standing on the somewhere near on the bank of river, just he will push them inside. And he used to kill all the innocent animals. When what he will do, nobody knows. By seeing him, everyone they take away their children and ran from there. Because he's the king's son, princess. He's prince actually. He's prince, so that's why nobody can say anything. They got frustrated actually, all the people. Kshatriyas are allowed to hunt in the forest for the purpose of learning the killing art, not to kill animals for eating or for any other purpose. The Kshatriya kings were sometimes expected to cut off the head of a culprit in that state. For this reason, the Kshatriyas were allowed to hunt in the forest. So, because this son of King Anga, Vena, was born of a bad mother, he was very cruel. And he used to go to the forest and unnecessarily kill the animals. So, mother is not good, so that's why boy is not. All the neighboring inhabitants would be frightened by his presence and they would call, "Here comes Vena, here comes Vena." So, from the beginning of his life, he was fearful to the citizens. Nobody is happy with him. On top of that, they were all afraid of him. Akride kridato balan vayasyanati darunah prasahya niranukroshaha pashumara marayata pashum a prashumara mamarayata. The boy was so cruel that while playing with young boys of his age, he would kill them very mercilessly. खेलने के लिए आया गला काट गजब यार ये तो और खेलने के लिए नहीं आएंगे तो भी छोड़ेगा नहीं आएगा तो काटेगा कब काट देगा गला पता नहीं as if they were animals meant for slaughter.
वो सम्मान लोग भी यही करते हैं.
They are the representatives of that demons. Tam vichaksha phalam putram shasanaiर्विविधैर्नृपः यदा न शासितुं kalpo brushamasi sudurmana. After seeing the cruel and merciless behavior of his son Vena, King Anga punished him in different ways to reform him, but was unable to bring him to the path of gentleness. He thus became greatly aggrieved. Anga tried actually all the ways to correct him, discipline him, but failed. प्रायेणाभ्याच्यतो देवो ये प्रजा गृहमेधिनः कदपत्यावृतं दुःखं येन विन्दति दुर्भरम्. अरे उसमें चाहिए. The king thought to himself, persons who have no son are certainly fortunate. They must have worshipped the Lord in their previous lives so that they would not have to suffer the unbearable unhappiness caused by a bad son. अरे तो ऐसा मम्मी भी बोलती है ना कभी कभी, आप जन्म नहीं लेते तो अच्छा रहता. Like that Anga also was like, I could have without sons. Huh? We are all fortunate, yes. No marriage, no sons. No bad wife, no bad son. So nice. Just use your life for Krishna's service. But most of the time, now if you marry, now young girls, all are bad charts. All astrological charts are very bad. No, nowadays very much everyone have time also. Now there is a craze for astrology. Every boy and girl after student you can see everyone have the timings, birth time. Charts are there, but charts are very worst charts. Brahmacharis no, don't try for any chart. Charts are already bad. Sir say no wife, no bad wife, no cruel boy, cruel son. No bad wife, no cruel son. This is a slogan actually. कोई शादी करना चाहते हैं क्या? हाँ? नहीं है ना? हाँ? एक दूसरे को क्यों देख रहे हैं? उनको बोल के रखिए क्या?
Only time will tell, bro.
Only time will tell. Okay, we'll see for time. Then. हाँ?
जो भक्ति क्लास अटेंडेंस करना बंद हो गया मैं इसको कर
बंद किया वही लोग. Oh, don't waste your time. Focus on your studies and sadhana. इस जन्म के लिए ब्रह्मचारी रह जाएगी. यतः पापीयसी कीर्तिर अधर्मश्चा महान् नृणाम् यतो विरोधः सर्वेषाम् यथा आदिरनन्तकः. A sinful son causes a person's reputation to vanish. His irreligious activities at home cause irreligion and quarrel among everyone. And this creates only endless anxiety. Chanakya says, for a father is the enemy when he has mother, second marriage, and wife, beautiful, son, cruel. Irreligious son is like enemy. Now see. It is said that a unmarried couple must have a son, otherwise their family life is void. But a son born without good qualities is as good as a blind eye. A blind eye has no use for seeing, but it is simply unbearable painful. Even eye is blind if something falls in that, always it give pain or not? It's painful. The king therefore thought himself very unfortunate to have such a bad son. Kastam prajapadesham vai moha bandhanamatmanah pandito bahumanyeta yadartha kleshadagraha. So fond of it. So who, if he is considerate and intelligent, would desire such a worthless son? It's a question actually. Such a son is nothing but a bond of illusion for the living it. And he makes one's home miserable. Such a cruel son makes so home like miserable home. Kadapatyam varam manye sadapatyachucham padat nirvidyeta kruhan martyo yaklesha nivahagraha. Then the king thought, a bad son is better than a good son. Now you think reverse. Bad son is better than good son. This is the approach of devotee actually. Because a good son creates an attachment for home, whereas a bad son doesn't. A bad son creates a hellish home from which an intelligent man naturally becomes very easily detached. That's why after surrendering to Lord, what is the symptom of surrenderance? So, how can you say you are surrendering more? You are able to take every situation in favorable to the bhakti. Whatever is happening in your life, that is nothing but you are progressing in devotion. Otherwise, you will complain actually. If you are not surrendered, then you say that, why it is happening to me, my Lord? It should not happen. You are not able to see, so that is favorable to you. Instead of that, you see that is unfavorable. So that's why the people who surrender to Lord, for them there is no need to do any remedial processes, or there is no need to do, there are no duties and there are no regulations, there is no do's and don'ts. What they do? They do 24 hours direct devotional services. Shravanam Kirtan. Even to set an example to the society, they may do follow the varnasrama activities only to set an example. But consciousness is what? It is aloof from that all these varnasrama activities. When they reach to this stage, this in this area, in these areas, consciousness is completely aloof from so karma, and they see everything as unfavorable to the Lord, unfavorable to devotion and Lord's mercy. Anga sachi. And these people also they are progressing actually. They're trying to start seeing things unfavorable to their devotion. But they are not fully surrendered. So that's why they do take help of karma also. That's why their bhakti is karma mishra bhakti. Because they have no full surrender towards the Lord. That means they don't have strong faith on the Lord. That's why they do take help of karma. That's why their bhakti is not jnana karmadi anavruta anusilanam. No. Their anusilanam is jnana karmadi avrutam. You're understanding this approach? Try to read this file, please.
Yes, sir.
Please read this file and try to grasp the concept. Then after that you apply. And everything will become so easy and nice for you. And every purport also will become so nice and clear for you. You can relate. Otherwise, they are jumbling and hanging here and there and not able to connect. Not able to see everything as a one picture. You see things are differently and disconnected. That means your understanding is still is not concrete. So because Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, whatever sloka, whatever concept you study, you should be able to put that in a right place of the total picture. Any sloka you read or any concept you learn, that you should be connect to the proper place. But you designed your own. Whatever you are studying till now in your life, devotional books, you might have made a one overall map that may be wrong also. And you might be keeping the things whatever you are learning in different places. You are building your own speculated diagram. That's not good at all. There is only one diagram, transcendental diagram, given by acharyas and all our sampradaya. You cannot bring so many diagrams. No. नींद आ रहा है सबको थोड़ा थोड़ा. So it is better to have a bad son than good. The king began to think in terms of attachment and detachment from one's material home. According to Prahlad Maharaj, the material home is compared to a blind well. If a man falls down into a blind well, it is very difficult to get out of it and begin life again. Prahlad Maharaj has advised that Gurhan the Kupam, advised that one give up this blind well of home life as soon as possible and go to the forest to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. According to Vedic civilization, this giving up of the home by Vanaprastha and Sannyasi is compulsory. Vanaprastha should be everyone before marriage, like Kardamuni. When Lord, that means when Swayambhu Manu came and asked so to marry her girl, what he said? After giving birth to a baby, I will be Tata. He fixed already, na? I am not going to stay with your daughter whole life. Ennenno, that means Janmala Bandhu. Life after life, I will be your husband. No. I will be your husband only till you get a child. I will believe. If this deal is okay, then I can marry your daughter. Then he asked, you go and ask your wife and daughter. Then Swayambhu Manu went to his wife and daughter. They said, no problem. That means before marriage, so departure time is also fixed. Before arrival time. This is Svanaprastha is compulsory. Marriage life is not really a real life. A real life is so devotional life. Serving Krishna. Able to give all the time and all the energy for Krishna. That is pure devotion. King Anga, therefore, thinking in terms of detachment, accepted his bad son as a good impetus for detachment from home life. He therefore considered his bad son his because everyone is coming, all the people are complaining, your son killed my son, your son did this, your son did that. So many complaints to Anga. Whole kingdom, everyone is complaining. So that's why he was not able to tolerate. He tried to correct him, but not able to do that. Correct him properly. Better to leave this place because he was not able to tolerate that. So many complaints. He was helping him become detached from his home. And ultimately, one has to learn how to detach oneself from attachment to the material life. Therefore, that's a good, with hard lesson, we should not leave home. Better, with good association of devotees, if you leave life, it is good. With hard lesson, you want to live your life, your family life. It's not good actually. With good teachings of your sadhus, with their good instructions, if you live, it's fine. Now going for marriage and kicks from the bad wife and the cruel boy, cruel son. And then after that you will leave. इतना मजा है क्या उसमें? Huh? No. You want hard lesson or the simple lesson? Simple lesson. Any day, any one day you have to leave. Vanaprastha, one should accept. Compulsory. Vanaprastha is compulsory. I was teaching this to Grosthas in Whitefield. That class was entirely different. Here, Brahmachari class. Early morning, 7:30, they're all seeing like this. We should leave our wife. Oh my God. Many people they don't dare to think of such. So became addicted and dependent on the family, wife, facilities. They get fear to think. Here the people, audience are different. They already left. He therefore considered his bad son his friend, since he was helping him, became detached from his home. Ultimately, one has to learn how to detach oneself from attachment to material life. Therefore, if a bad son, by his bad behavior, helps a householder to go away from home, it is boom. Anything happens actually. एवं स निर्विण्णमना नृपो गृहान् निशीत उत्थाय मोदयोदयात् अलब्धनिद्रोऽनुपलक्षितो नृपेर् हित्वा गतो वेन सुवं प्रसुप्तान्. Thinking like that, King Anga couldn't sleep at night. He became completely indifferent to household life. Once, therefore, in the dead of night, he got up from bed and left Vena's mother, Sunit, who was sleeping deeply. He gave up all attraction for his greatly opulent kingdom and unseen by anyone. He very silently gave up his home and opulence and proceeded towards the forest. In this verse, the word Mahodaya indicates that by the blessings of a great soul, one becomes materially opulent. But when one gives up attachment to material wealth, that should be considered an even greater blessing from great source. It was not a very easy task for the king to give up his opulent kingdom and young faithful wife, but it was certainly a great blessing of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he could have give up the attachment and go out to the forest without being seen by anyone. There are many instances of great souls leaving home in this way in the dead of night. What are the examples? And Mahaprabhu and
Trust.
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, yes. That's- yes, Raghunath Das, yes. There are many instances of great souls leaving home in this way, in the dead of night, giving up attachment for home, wife, and money. विज्ञाय निर्विद्य गतं पतिं प्रजा पुरोहितामात्य सुहृद्गणादयः विचिक्युर् विकि विचिक्युरुर्व्यामति शोककातर यथा निगूढं पुरुषं कुयोगिनः. When it was understood that the king had indifferently left home, all the citizens, priests, ministers, friends, and people in general were greatly aggrieved. They began to search for him all over the world, just as a less experienced mystic searches out the super soul within himself. The example of searching for the super soul within the heart by the less intelligent mystics is very instructive. The absolute truth is understood in three different features: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So, Sukyogina are less intelligent mystics, can by mental speculation reach the point of impersonal Brahman, but they can't find super soul. Okay. अलक्षयन्तः पदवीं प्रजापतेर्हतोद्यमः प्रत्युपसृत्यते पुरीं ऋषीन् समेतान् अभिवन्द्य साश्रवो निवेदयन् पौरव भर्तृविप्लवम्. When the citizens couldn't find any trace of the king after searching for him everywhere, they were very disappointed. And they returned to the city, where all the great sages of the country assembled because of the king's absence. With the tears in their eyes, the citizens offered respectable obeisances and informed the sages in full detail that they were unable to find the king anywhere. Then the Bhakti and the purpose of the fourth canto, 13th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Description of the Descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. Next, Maitraya Vacha. भृग्वादयस्ते मुनयो लोकानां क्षेमदर्शिनः गोप्तर्यसति वै नृणां पश्यन्त पशुसाम्यताम्. The great sage Maitreya continued, O great hero Vidura, the great sages headed by Bhrigu were always thinking of the welfare of the peoples in general. When they saw that in the absence of King Anga there was no one to protect the interest of the people, they understood that without a ruler, the people would become independent and non-regulated. Arachakatvam will be spreading. If there is no king, what will happen? Arachaka. What is the meaning of Arachaka? Small fish is eaten by Matsyanya actually. Chanakya says in Arthashastra. Anywhere actually, even in your organization, in your ashram, anywhere, if there is no leader, what will happen? Small fish is eaten by big fish, and big fish eaten by bigger fish. This will happen. In your base, if there is no leader, small innocent person will be exploited by senior. Arachikata will be spreading everywhere, even in the family, even in the kingdom, even in the village, everywhere. Any organization. Arachikata will be spreading. That means then danda will not be implemented there properly. By fear of the danda only, system will be controlled actually. If the leader is not strong and he is not, that means rod of chastisement. A rod holder is not there, people मजा लेंगे, कोई नहीं सुनेंगे, कुछ भी नहीं, बस अपना मनमानी शुरू हो जाए. अच्छा अच्छा लोग भी बिगड़ जाएंगे. If there is no powerful leader, no strong leader, अच्छा लोग भी बुरा हो जाएंगे, बर्बाद हो जाएंगे. Everything they will leave, all the good habits are gone. So that's why everywhere, even in the family, even in the organization, even anywhere, so leader is very much needed, who can monitor actually everyone, what they are doing and correct, give punishment if they do mistake. That should be. This is a principle of material world. If it is not there, then arajakata. Then what will happen? So without ruler, the people would become independent and non-regulated. In this verse, the significant word is kshema darshinaha, which refers to those who are always looking after the welfare of people in general. All the great sages headed by Bhrigu were always thinking of how to elevate the people of the universe to the spiritual platform. Indeed, they advised the kings of every planet to rule the people with that ultimate goal of life in mind. In present rulers, there is no, that means what point is missing in their minds? What is ultimate goal of the life? This is missing. हम लोग जिसको इंस्पायर करते हैं, जिसको देख के एडमायर करते हैं, वो भी ऐसे है, ये ऐसे बहुत बड़ा प्रधानमंत्री है. What is the goal of life? If it is there in the mind, then it is fine. So, if it is not there, then you cannot expect any good policies from them. No. It's open truth actually, open secret. The great sages used to advise the head of the state or the king, and he used to rule the populace in accordance with their instruction. That's why sages or brahmanas are on the top of the king, and king will be following their good instructions and he is ruling. And these people are completely selfless. They are not samah damah. That means they are controlled, they control their mind and senses. They don't want any material things, material appearances. So that's why their instructions are not at all biased to anything. There is no self-profit. Unbiased, good instructions they always give. Such a kind of people are needed in the society, then only the society will be saved. If we are also Anyabilasha Sunyami not there, then you cannot expect any good result. People are having their own internal agendas. For cooperation also there is agenda. Agenda-based cooperations, selflessly should become more and more selfless. Selfless people, if this movement is created for that one. Krishna conscious movement is meant for creating selfless people who can look for welfare of the society. Welfare means not so-called temporary welfare, a real welfare. The great sages used to advise the head of the state or the king, and he used to rule the populace in accordance with their instructions. After the disappearance of King Anga, there was no one to follow the instructions of the great sages. Consequently, all the citizens became unruly, so much so that they could be compared to animals. No dharma, dharmena hina vasubhisamana. As described in Bhagavad Gita, human society must be divided into four orders according to quality and work. In every society, there must be an intelligent class, administrative class, productive class, and worker class. This intelligent class is not just intelligent class; it is self-control. That means they control their mind and intelligence. Shamah, damah, tapa, saucham, shanti, rachava. Not only just they are so-called intelligent people. No. They control their senses. They are very much selfless and they want to just look for the good of the others. So such a way society has to be divided. If there is no king, then nothing is going to happen. This kind of things will not happen. In modern democracy, the scientific divisions are turned topsy-turvy, and by vote, Sudras or workers are chosen as administrative posts, having no knowledge of ultimate goal of life. That means a ruler means what should be in his mind? Ultimate goal of life should be in their mind. Now, having no knowledge of the ultimate goal of life, such persons whimsically enact laws without knowledge of life's purpose. They do make policies only to protect what? Fundamental rights. What is the meaning of fundamental rights? What level they are? They are on the only body level. Huh?
Eating, sleeping.
Oriented towards this eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Only this. Nothing else. Only for these four purposes. Facilitating, that means. Whatever the article number 12 onwards, you can see. Fundamental rights in Indian Constitution. All are bogus. What is the use of those rights, Prabhu? Are they protecting the spiritual dharma? So are they protecting any spiritual dharma? Nothing. What they are promoting, even varnasram dharma, they are protecting varnasrama dharma? Nothing. I should not disturb your sense gratification. You should not disturb my sense gratification. For that purpose, they made fundamental rights. So without disturbing me or without disturbing anyone, so you can do any amount of sense gratification. This is our constitution. And what Shastra is saying? One should restrain their senses from going towards sense objects. And they should focus on their real nature, that is soul, and they are servant of the Lord. They try to revive that relationship with the Lord. This was the principle of the Shastra. But what government is checking, what our rulers, our leaders, they are checking? Only how to stop disturbance. So how to stop disturbance towards, that means his citizens, so that they can easily, happily do sense gratification. क्या है भाई, इस प्रकार की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आपको क्या मिलने वाला? आप लोग सोच रहे हैं बहुत कुछ मिल जाए, कुछ नहीं मिले। रोज का रोज ऐसा ऐसा पॉलिसीज आएगा, सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन को और भी बढ़ा, लिविंग टुगेदर आ गए ना, को लिविंग. As a result of that living together policy, what is the thing happened in the society now? That means the major boys and girls, they are happily, easily staying together. Legally, that's not wrong then. Enjoying sex. That means what? Ultimately, your constitution and your rules and regulations, what are rights you have given, that is, you are making that so your citizens can easily, freely, happily can do sense gratification without any other disturbance. पूछने वाला कोई नहीं रहेगा. Even a child is allowed to do his own sense gratification. In the parents, they should not ask anything. Such a way policies are made. That is known as child protection. These are the nonsense policies actually. Completely. And they are sitting on the top. What kind of leaders they are? Completely. They are bogus actually. They don't have any idea of what is goal of, ultimate goal of life. Prabhupada writing, you see. Having no knowledge of ultimate goal of life, then what kind of good policies you can expect from them? The result is that no one is happy. No one is happy. Do you think this kind of system will go on forever? It will collapse very soon. Just wait and see. Be ready.
It will come out as a good and worse more than this.
It will go worst and then finish, then will be coming new thing. We have to create our own communities, and we have to so revive our culture through Varnashrama College. We should start everywhere. All the colleges will be closed down. So we should take up and we should start varnasrama colleges. Prabhupada wanted this. So teach the varnasrama culture to the citizens of the country, state. This will be taught actually. Einstein was saying in Einstein in Third World War they are fighting with the nuclear bombs. In Fourth World War they will be fighting with stones and sticks. You're understanding what is going to happen. With stones and sticks, that means the society will be rewinded to that much primitive actually. Everything will be finished, all the communication, everything nonsense. Technology finish. Coming years. Very soon it is going to happen.
Even nuclear power.
Because of now geopolitics are so tense actually. So delicate. ऐसा टच होते बस फटने वाला है. So delicate. Try to see around your surroundings to you what is happening in other countries. Geopolitics became very, very sensitive and nobody is happy. Everyone wants to encroach others' property, others' land, and nobody is happy. So everyone, every state and every leader is unhappy. They are ready to fight. Only just time. Time is already fixed anyway. So it has to reach. Timer is already set. In coming years, actually, in astrologically also, if you see 2026 onwards, so situation will become more and more dangerous actually. Finish. One way AI is going to destroy the so many software employees' life. Thousands and most of the people they will become jobless. Already started losing actually, if you see. So many new freshers are all gone because it's replacing so much work, so many workers. Especially coders, no value actually. In AI, if you give the problem, immediately coding is coming. Developers, no value now. Non-IT jobs, little better. But in the IT jobs also, most of the times, so especially coding, previously coding 6 months, it will take for 10 people. Now that is done within 6 hours by one person. That means how much is reduced? 6 months, 10 people work is done by one person in 6 hours. Game is over. They will be laying off like anything. Be ready for that. Youth preaching, engineering preaching, you stop it and go for liar preaching. वो भी बिग मंगी हो कि आपके पास लाएंगे तो क्या करेगा?
Youth will always be there.
Huh?
Youth will always be there.
You bring youth to land.
College will not be there, but still.
Youth will be there, but youth with jobless.
So it's good. They will not be ready.
Good. That's why you bring all of them to for fields. Only thing is better.
Fields also.
Huh?
Don't have fields.
Fields. Land is the same land, yeah. In Satyag also same land is there, and in Kalima also same land is there. Land is not reduced. People's greed is increased. That's all. Distribution is not there.
Already occupied by.
That everything, Lord will set everything. Actually. This is not going to change so easily. But by Lord's intervene only, it is going to finish. Then the turning point will come. Definitely. It has to come. Otherwise, how it can survive? Prakriti will not allow. Na? It is also having some limit.
Recently, technology increases so much.
Last 5 years, actually. Too much. Actually, information bombarding. Actually, every day, everyone is filled with the thousands and thousands and millions of informations. Even in half an hour, how much time you are hesitated, how many things you are looking, how many times your mind is jumping on how many things you do, you are seeing WhatsApp, this message, that message, and here, what is that? Instagram and Facebook and email, and you don't know what happened half an hour before also. You forgot. It is happening to you or not? You're forgetting half an hour before. What was going in your mind, you are not able to recall. Because your mind switched that many times on the things, various things. You have no mental peace. And you are thinking that you are advancing so much by the technology. You lost your mental peace. Children, they don't have ability to know what is happened, what thought was there 1 hour before. Can you explain? If you ask them, they cannot. Not 1 hour, even 15 minutes before what he was thinking, do you know? You will forget. No, I don't know. That means what? Their time, their mind is always is controlled by someone else. He is showing always something to him, this person. That means he designed technology so that he is able to control everyone. Demons achieved their goal actually. So try to understand actually how we are becoming just puppets in their hands. What we have to see, they will decide. AI will decide. Whatever you see for 2-3 times, then AI is understanding and putting everything in front of you. And your time is controlled by that. And everything. Your mind, your thought process. And you don't need to think anything. If you want anything, you want to. I want to give a class on lust. As per Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita. Sir, you'll get slokas and everything ready made. उसको ले आके पटर पटर बोलो बस हो गया हो गया बस what you are going to get nothing. Even people also who are is going to hear why I have to go in chat GPT. If I give what is the last, then I can get immediately. I can read. What is the need to go and hear his class? Anyway, he is going to tell from chat GPT. Gone, preaching is out, wiped off. Hey, it's real fact I'm saying, it's going to happen. Even if you make such a nice PPT, they say that I can make it in 10 minutes. So what is there in this? I don't want to say anything. Whatever I want, I can ask ChatGPT. It will make a PPT such a way, and I can learn from there. I don't need to approach any guru.
But we are using AI coding, like making PPTs.
Everything is not okay. Previously people they don't have any textbooks also. They used to sit in front of Guru and Guru is reciting three times. He is making to recite and remembering like that. That level of consciousness now came to such a degradation. Everything is AI is going to do. Then what is the value actually? This complete AI is a fast, rapidly it is going to degrade human society. This invention is like dangerous actually. It's a dangerous thing. You will lose actually if you got addicted. So slowly you will lose your analyzation and ability to think and contemplate and reconcile. Drashraddha, how it will come? AI will get Drashraddha. Javano and Manano it will do. It will get.
No, he writes analyzing like that. Analyzing, then he writes the way.
And AI will get the realizations. Without soul. Object is going to get realizations. This is our life will going to become like a funny game actually. We became puppets and funny. This demonic nature. So you read Bhagavad Gita, 13 to 18 chapters. Clearly Krishna is explaining all these things. It's a mode of ignorance. When the mode of ignorance is in the dominance, ignorance and rajas, this is the society. Society will be like this. Full of dominance. We want to create society with full of goodness. So that one can study Bhakti Shastras nicely and understand and give time for realizing. So do bhajan. Very far. And devotees should understand what is my permanent solution, which direction I should move forward. They are not understanding actually. Our Acharya wanted to create a self-sustained, peaceful and so mode of goodness is prevailing in such a society. People are having the values and they respect parents, guru, And where there is a respect for the cows, brahmanas, women, old men, so children, such a environment. All are following rules and regulations. Such a society. Now, where is the present society? If you don't think for alternative society, it is a very, very bad time actually. We are losing time day by day. At least try to desire it, Baba. Try to desire it. Be first willing and then after that, any actions will come. At least willing you should. Don't don't compromise yourself that, oh, life like this only, society will be like this only. I have to adjust for everything and somehow or other I should do devotion. If you don't compromise yourself, try to think anything can happen best. Because our Acharya is saying again and again. So present leaders, they are not with goal of the ultimate goal of the life. You cannot expect any good thing from them. And present demonic, so inventions, they are completely controlling humans. And policies made by the politicians is completely demonic culture they are bringing. And you are trying to think that, you are thinking that I can compromise and I can adjust and I can still stay and do my devotion. हम लोग रेबल कब होंगे हम यही सोच रहे हैं when will become rebels थोड़ा सा तो हो जाए rebel to present demonic culture रेबल नहीं होंगे तो मजबूरी कर दिया जाएगा भगवान मजबूरी कर देंगे मजबूर कर देंगे कैसा सब खत्म कर देगा जब अभी तो क्या करेगा जब अभी तो जाना ही पड़ेगा मेरा टीचिंग सुनकर टीचिंग्स के अनुसार आप बदलेगा तो बदलो नहीं तो मजबूर कर दूंगा मैं हटा दूंगा सब तब क्या करेगा we want hard lesson or we want good lesson then think for alternative then think for the something out of box this box is not good box whatever the present society next वीरमातरमाहूया सुनीतां ब्रह्मवादिनः प्रकृत्य सम्मतं वेनम् अभ्यषिञ्चन् पतिं भुवः The great sages then called for Queen Mother Sunita, and with her permission, they installed Vena on the throne as master of the world. All the ministers, however, disagreed with this. Ministers they disagreed because he was killing mercilessly, causelessly. Causeless killing, actually. It's not causeless much. Causeless killing he is doing. That's why his ministers are all opposed, actually. But these sages, Bhrigu and others, they appointed. Why they appointed? Because if there is no king immediately, what is happening? Even worst is going to happen. If without king, even is more worst. Because thieves are looting, they are stealing money and killing people. Something is better than nothing. With that principle, Bhrigu appointed. Bhrigu and all sages. कहां से लेके आएंगे अभी नया नया राजा फटाक से इसीलिए उसी को रखा है at least thieves will be afraid of Vena. They ran away by seeing him. श्रुत्वा नृपासनगतं वेनमत्युग्रशासनम् निलिल्युर्दस्य वः सद्यः सर्पत्रस्ता इवाखवः. It was already known that Vena was very severe and cruel. Therefore, as soon as all the thieves and rogues in the state heard of his ascendance to the royal throne, they became very much afraid of him. Indeed, they hid themselves here and there as rats hide themselves from snakes. Some looks at this dark. Chup gaye. This good thing happened. When the government is very weak, rogues and thieves flourish. Because now present democracy system, as I was describing, democracy, this present democracy is not going to give any good governance. Not possible actually. It's already gone. To have a good through democracy, if you want good governance, all the participants of that democracy, they should be well educated and not biased and having the proper values and good knowledge. Such a sober people's community, if it is, then person elected by that community will be the nice. But community is already gone corrupted actually. They are all uneducated. They are biased. They are biased to their caste, creed, and so on and so. And they are illiterate, ignorant. Not only ignorant also. So then what kind of leader they are going to elect? So that's why present government actually, not only that Vena's government, present our government also very weak. That's why rogues and thieves are flourishing. Rich man is becoming more and more rich. That's a machnyaya. So wealthy person is becoming more and more wealthier. And poor is becoming more and more poor. Exploitation is happening. People think that they are now, even poor people also nowadays, apparently looks like that they are having the money, bank balance, this and that. But these are all false money. It's a false wealth. A real wealth is what? A real wealth is food, grains, fruits, vegetables, minerals. This is real wealth. Milk, cows, and milk. Yeah. Land anyway it is there. Land is not going anywhere. So these are the things. A real wealth actually. But these are all not there and only bank balance. What is that false balance? That is. Nowadays, even paper money also is not there. Everything became electronic. Even bank can generate 1 crore electronic money. It can give to anyone loan. And you are working for that. You are paying debt for interest for that. Simply tamasha.
Yes.
So falsy system actually. Corruption. We are becoming day by day completely really how much that means we are being exploited actually. And ignorant and in front of cheating, bluff. First of all, paper money itself is a cheat. He is taking nice your production, your hard-earned production for one small paper. And you don't know how much value it is going to have tomorrow. And you are accepting and you are giving your hard-earned to them. But previously, like exchanging the commodities. That was. Now even that paper money also is gone. Now everything became electronic. Cashless society. Is baseless society. Of course, Veena was not very good thing, but he was known to be cruel and severe. Thus, the state at least became freed from thieves and rogues. That is a benefit they got. Bhrugu and others, that's why they appointed. Sauruda Nripasthana Unnatoshta Vibhutibihi Avamene Mahabhagan Stabda Sambhavita Swataha. When the king ascended to the throne, he became all powerful with 8 kinds of opulences. Consequently, he became too proud by virtue of his false prestige. He considered himself to be greater than anyone. Thus, he began to insult great personalities. Ashta Vibhuti Bihi. Or the 8 opulences is very important. The king is supposed to possess 8 kinds of opulences. By dint of mystic yoga practices, kings generally acquired these 8 opulences. Mm. King generally get 8 appearances. By doing mystic yoga, they get Ashtasiddhi. That is one thing. But generally, by becoming king position, he can get 8 appearances like what? Like royal port, fort, F-O-R-T, fort, Durga, treasury, next uh, army, next ministers, and citizens, land, and 2 more things are there. This is the Astavibhutis actually. In Arthashastra, it explained. These are the appearances king get automatically. So I can tell some other time. In Arthashastra, you can find. These appearances he got. And everything became his. That means army became his own. Now his, and a fort, and also a treasury is his. Now he can operate treasury, whatever amount he can spend anywhere. So like this, he got 6, 8 appearances by Prabhupada is writing, and king is doing Ashtasiddhi, doing yoga, then he is known as Rajarshi, and in that way he is explained. That is also okay. A Rajarshi could also create a kingdom, like Vishwamitra created. Yeah. These were some of the appearances of a king. King Vena, however, was not practiced in yoga, but he became very proud of his royal position nonetheless. Actually, here Vena didn't become Rajarshi. Generally, Rajarshi, if you do yoga, then he is known as Rajarshi and he is getting Ashtasiddhis. That is different. But here Prabhupada is saying clearly, he is not Rajarshi. He got these 8 appearances, whatever I said. So treasury, fort, and so and so. Because he was not very considerate, he began to misuse his power and insult great personalities. See how he is going to insult. Evam madanda utsikto nirankusha ivadvipaha paryatan rathamastaya kampayan nivarodasi. When he became overly blind due to his appearances, King Vena mounted a chariot and, like an uncontrolled elephant, began to travel through the kingdom, causing the sky and earth to tremble wherever he went. That means he is going anywhere with his chariot, with his army, and what he is telling there. Nayastavyam nadatavyam nahotavyam dvijah kvachet iti nyavaraya dharmam peri ghoshena sarvashah. What is doing? What is announcing? All the twice born, that is Brahmanas, were forbidden henceforward to perform any sacrifice. Nayastavyam nadatavyam. No sacrifice. And they were also forbidden to give charity or offer clarified butter. Thus, King Vena sounded kettle drums throughout the countryside. In other words, he stopped all kinds of religious rituals. I mean, Brahmanas are not giving charity, then what they will do? How they survive? When Britishers came, what they attacked actually? Education system. They removed all the Gurukul Vedic system out. They introduced their education system, so-called Sudra, making education. That means this Vedic education teach always Karma Siddhanta and always teach goal of the life, ultimate goal of the life. That education is removed from the syllabus. And how you can become a skillful man? By learning engineering, this and that. Skills are given to become a Sudra. Similarly, now all religious activities depends upon education. If educational class is not there, intellectual class, educated class is not there in the society, then what will happen? Everyone will be like Sudra. So King Vena also stopped religious activities. Finish. If educated class is not there, then there is no religious activities. Nobody is going to guide. That's why nobody knows nowadays what is Pitru Karma, what is Karma, and what is good, bad. Nobody knows. Only knows everyone. So how to do Laplace transformations, Fourier series, differential equations, how to solve this. This only, using Fourier series and Laplace and how to solve differential equations. This they feel so nice. No, actually, this this kind of education is not going to bring any peace in the society. Nobody will be happy. So Vena, all these activities he made to stop. Then see the purport. What was committed by King Vena many years ago is at present being carried out by atheistic governments all over the world. So saying that means secular, that means you can, that means dharma nirapeksh is equal to what? No dharma. Adharma. So see the word you see how so nice. Kaliga actually. I want my own space. Dharma nirapeksh. You have to attack on this actually. While being preaching, you should find this kind of concepts and smash them. This is very, very dangerous thing actually. I need, even small children, they are saying, I need my space, ma. Mommy, I need. Mom, I need my own space. क्या करेगी? क्या करेगा बच्चा? The world situation is so tense that any moment governments may issue declarations to stop religious rituals. Prabhupada is saying. They will say because of our Rath Yatra, also they will be saying that there is so much problem, this problem, that problem. Any religious activity like so. Huh?
Before you used to have three ruts, nowadays just one rut.
Even while opening temple construction,
A lot of problem.
you're saying it will create a nuisance for the
Yes, yes. Playing Mridanga is also a problem for. Eventually, the world situation will become so degraded that it will be impossible for pious men to live on the planet. What do you think about this statement of Srila Prabhupada? Is it ऐसा ही लिखे सोच रहे हैं? इसका कोई वैल्यू नहीं. आपको क्या वैल्यू है आपका मन? Eventually, the world situation will become so degraded that it will be impossible for pious men to live on the planet. Therefore, sane people should execute Krishna consciousness very seriously so that they can go back home, back to Godhead, without having to further suffer the miserable conditions predominant in this universe. That's why one should take up this Krishna consciousness so seriously, chanting holy names. That's very important. So, and we should try to save our community. We should have our own communities. Otherwise, what? These people will eat away actually. Our devotees will be exploited by them. Already they are being exploited. All the time they are squeezed out. Their energy and time is squeezed out by them. They are utilizing for their sense gratification. They so-called profits using our devotees. वेनस्यावीक्ष्य मुनयो दुर्वृत्तस्या विचेष्टितम् विमृश्य लोकव्यसनम् कृपयोचु सत्रिणः. Therefore, all the great sages assembled together and, after observing cruel Venus' atrocities, concluded that a great danger and catastrophe was approaching the people of the world. Thus, out of compassion, they began to talk amongst themselves, for they themselves were the performers of the sacrifice. We're going to stop all the sacrifice, then there will be no rains. It means Annad Bhavanti Bhutani Parjanyadana Sambhava. Parjanyo Yajna Sambhava. If there is no yajna, no rains, no grains. There is no rains, no grains. People will be out of what means no food, then stealing. Wherever there is no sufficient food, there will be robbery, theft, everything will be there. This is demonic people actually. That thing only, na? Actually, our education system, our parampara, doing sacrifice, Harinam Sankirtan, everything is stopped actually. How? By saying that this is all Chandasavada. Chandasa means Vedic. They are all rotten ideas. Our youth was trained like that. These are all fiction stories. Rama, Krishna, and these are all fiction stories. They are all created. Only some people, and so much negativity is shown actually. Krishna is a playboy. Like Whittle actually is like a playboy and he has no character. And all Rama is only for one wife, he is running behind, left the kingdom. So many. That means a negative propaganda was done by communist ideas. Communist very systematically our Indian ideologies are destroyed actually. And they were given position actually. Demons, they gave position to them. And all the college books are curriculum is designed by communist. Communist ideology. There is no scope for the dharma. There is not at all thought about our Vedic culture. And on top of that, it is seen as like a offense. If you go to any college and if you propagate Vedic Sanatana Dharma, people immediately question, hey, our school is secular. And if you go and teach any Bible, that's okay. That means what? Youth curriculum actually in the learning stage, they were completely उन लोगों को वंचित किया गया जो जानना चाहिए उस चीज से तो क्या बचा that's nothing but stopping all religious activities. They don't know what is the value of cow. They don't know the value of the land. They don't know values of the Vedic values. They don't know what is life goal. They don't know what is soul and what is body. Difference between these two. Then what they do actually? Like Venus situation, how it was, exactly now also it will happen. Thus, out of compassion, they began. So now the sages came together by seeing the Venus activities. Before King Vena was enthroned, all the great sages were very much anxious to see that to the welfare of the society. When they saw that King Vena was most irresponsible, cruel, and atrocious, they again began to think of the welfare of the people. It should be understood that sages, saintly persons, and devotees are not unconcerned with people's welfare. It should be understood that sages, saintly persons, and devotees are not unconcerned. Means are concerned. So at that time, sages were there. Now this time, who are there? Devotees are there. हम लोग उन लोगों के साथ में कैसा जम के थोड़ा सा चिपके चिपके उनके साथ में देते हुए कैसे न कैसे हम अपना काम निकाल दें ऐसा चलेगा ऐसा नहीं चलेगा ऐसा नहीं चलेगा that will not going to work they will eat away you ultimately nothing no place will be there to you to preach also they will ban everything very soon it will become completely closed down boys and girls will be there together all the hostels where you'll go and preach in a government college hostels also it will come very soon co-living. Then you will go in where boy and girl they are sleeping each other and we will preach.
Actually, I went to JNU, Gita distribution. Sorry, I know I should not speak, but literally it was happened. And they opened the door.
Oh, yeah.
Girl is sleeping between two boys on the same bed and all.
Yes. Yes. That's 2015. Now they're 25, 10 years old. Now you go and see. Many co-living college hostels are increasing. Are you seeing? हाँ? जा रहे हैं बाहर नहीं जा रहे
वहाँ नहीं जाता
हैं
वहाँ नहीं जाता
कहाँ
यहाँ पर कोई
कोलिंग नहीं निकला हॉस्टल संख्या बढ़ रही है देख रहे हैं ना आप कोलिंग हॉस्टल्स बहुत लोग प्रेफर कर रहे हैं see that is also concept so beautiful concept so girls are saying that at least if I have a boyfriend then he will protect me what is the idea behind co-living all demonic ideas apparently look so nice I am a girl I need protection so that's why better to be a boyfriend so that he will protect me from other boys this is the argument from girls then what you are going to answer for this yeah?
they want money
this is the and parents also now they are convinced slowly gradually otherwise who knows that means 32 टुकड़ा 36 ना कोई 36 टुकड़ा ना करे better to be with one boy कितना कितना टुकड़ा किएगा श्रद्धा को 32 है क्या यार कुछ भी नहीं आप लोग जनरल नॉलेज 36 और 48 है अब उनका तो न्यूज ही पता नहीं Absorbing Bhagavatam. What you will preach then if you don't know the he's focusing on how to get Shraddha. Nice. That's good. Prabhupada is writing so much advanced points at that time. So that means how much he has observation on society. You should be having the idea on society to preach actually. Especially I am telling about preachers. If you are not preacher, okay, no problem. So what is the argument now? By seeing such a incidents, see, so Kali is arranging like anything. And oh, my daughter is also, someone will attack. When instead of getting such a nasty situation, her body is made into 36 pieces. Better to be with one boy. Okay. Parents are also happy. At least she'll be protected. I can know with whom she is. She can study, nicely get job, and she can stand on his own feet, on her feet, and live happily. Dharmena hina pasubhis samana. No dharma, nothing, chastity, faithfulness, nothing is there. Because now slowly, most of the parents also are love marriage people or something like that. After another 10 years, if you see, or 15 years, this kind of people only are going to become parents. Na? Then in their mind, in their heart, there is no weight for dharma. Then what will be the society?
nowadays every boy girl are having boyfriend
Most 70 to 80% before marriage, they are pre-marriage marital sex relationships they have.
those who are not having they are seen as they are not qualified to live
That is there. That is there. That is there in everywhere. And drugs are there very common. Ganjedi, Ganjeda. You know this concept?
yeah so they go for intoxication or artificial means they come for the classes
अरे एक्सपीरियंस नहीं इतना सुनने से समझ में आता है आजकल नया लड़का को लेकर बैठो सब बोल देगा क्या चल रहा है आपका सोसाइटी में अच्छा से पूछो तो सब बोल देगा
so this kind of
if you don't understand their problems what you will preach
so another problem is this kind of boys come to class but as soon as their problem is solved like they get some girl then they leave the class
because they have no time because they have to give time for a girlfriend
they come just for pacification like we just give them passive no problem it's okay like,
yeah you are pacifying and you are just consoling them till the time they will be there when the heart becomes a little bit okay then they go away because their mind is very flickering mind Because from the childhood, they are not stable on any one thought. Because they are using their mobile, Android mobiles, and their mind is always jumping one and two, like that. Even one goal they cannot love us. With one goal they cannot be sufficient. इसको देखकर उसको भी देखो, उसको भी देखो, उसको भी देखो. Because they are not stable. Stability is not there. And that's why their relationships are very dry, frustrated actually. So that's why now in the present society, that's why all the values and sex will be normalized actually. Sex means nothing, okay. We had, that's all. What is the problem for you? If you don't want to be with me, then go away. If they have no value, it is normalized by everyone, then it is not a big issue then. When society have the values, then if someone do mistake, someone do illicit sex, then there is a big issue. Because everyone is having the value. Now nobody is having the value, then what is? No issue. It's normalized. It's normal. Then what preaching? What kind of spiritual progress you can expect? You have to increase your. We are all reading problems, studying problems, learning problems. Only thing is becoming more and more serious in Krishna consciousness. Your strength, the devotional power has to increase to destroy. I said, na, Joe Goswami is saying, what is the factor actually in the preacher? The strength of his devotion is going to make people devotees. सामने वाले व्यक्ति का सामर्थ्य देखो, कली का सामर्थ्य, नहीं तो पिस जाएगा तुम भी उसके नीचे, रोलर के नीचे.
Right. It is also like every book distribution purpose. But after 3-4 months, one book is out. Because of book distribution, he came in contact with some girl. Then 3-4 months is goes. Then after some time, then he also went.
Yeah, it's happening. Free communication. That means male and female have free communication is a destruction. पहले फ्री कम्युनिकेशन नहीं रहता था. किसी लड़की से बात करना बहुत मुश्किल. कितना बाप रे. When we were in childhood, it was very difficult, है ना bro? कोई है मेरे एज का? सब यंग ही लग रहे. 40 से ऊपर कोई है? हाँ चलो एक लोग, हाँ चल 2 लोग. So at that time, very, very difficult. Love letters at that time, that was going. That may reach or may not reach very true. No, nothing. Check. So many social networks are there. WhatsApp is there, Telegram. Nobody, you cannot check them also. So mobile messages. Mobile is gone actually. WhatsApp messages, Insta, Facebook. कितना networks आ गए? Telegram. So that's why free mixing is free. You see how the demonic people, they are making arrangements to increase so sinful activities, to increase, to degrade the society. Thoughts. That means one side they are inventing technology. Second side, another side, they are also introducing the concepts. I need my own space, friend for benefit, like this. These are all co-living. And policies on the top of government is also helping to make policies, such a policies. Altogether attacking innocent people, they are becoming victims. So ordinary karmis are busy acquiring money for sense gratification, and ordinary jnanis are socially aloof when they speculate on liberation. But actual devotees and saintly persons are always anxious to see how the people can be made happy both mentally and spiritually. What Prabhupada is saying, in this diagram, if you see, these people, they don't bother. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Good, bad, everything is one. And these people busy in Maja. So then who is going to help these people and these people? That's proposition. Nishkam Karma Yogi also will not. Because he wants to see everything as Samasatrocha Mitrecha. Tolerate. Bad to hone diji. I should tolerate that. Good hone diji. Tolerate that. But devotees are paradukka dukhi. They are compassionate. So properly. Karmis are busy in acquiring money, sense and gnanis. Social elephants speculate on liberation. But actual devotees and saintly persons are always anxious to see how the people can be made happy, both materially and spiritually. That is the reason. That's why we are going for preaching. You are starting new base. Why? Out of compassion. You should not forget that. They are compassionate actually. Therefore, the great sages began to consult one another on how to get out of the dangerous atmosphere created by King Vena. अहो उभयतः प्राप्तं लोकस्य व्यसनं महत् दारुण्योभयतो दीप्ते इव तस्करपालयो. When the great sages consulted one another, they saw that the people were in dangerous position from both directions. When a fire blazes, on both ends of a log, the ants in the middle are in a very dangerous situation. Similarly, at that time, the people in general were in dangerous position due to an irresponsible king on one side and thieves and rogues on another side. Just a log is there, two sides fire is lit, and in between ants are there. Similarly, people, one side king, no religious activities, no rains, nothing. Another side is thieves and rogues, they are looting. Now also same, so much tax collection. Another side, there is no security. Everyone is fear of their property, whatever. In the inside, in the heart. Because in everyone's mind, cheating tendency is fully it is there. If you come little bit into social life, like selling and buying, like in agriculture goods I get, and I have to sell, and I should buy. So much cheating. And nobody has one second bro, actually. Hello? Yes. Uh, when the great sages consulted one another, they saw that, yeah, so log with two sides fire, inside, middle actually fans are there. Similarly, these people are tortured by the king and also rogues. Present society also you can see so much tax collections by government, and also there is no security for their like people. If anyone house there is a young girl, no security. All the time parents they have fear. And if you become little old and you have property, you are having the land. Every time, all the neighbors, all the time, because now people, even farmers also, they are corrupted actually. They have no ethics. They try to all the time try to encroach. Now, many people in the villages, boys, that means young people, they left their village because they settled in the jobs. Now there is no security for the land. No security for anything actually. Encroaching. अराजकाभयादेशा कुतो राजतदर्हणः ततोऽप्यासीद्भयं त्वद्य कथं स्यात् स्वस्ति देहिनाम्. Thinking to save the state from irregularity, the sages began to consider that it was due to a political crisis that they made Vena king, although he was not qualified. But alas, now the people were being disturbed by the king himself. Under such circumstances, how could the people be happy? They are regretting now. Oh, we only made this person as a king. Because at that time, emergency. Rocks completely thieves looting the people. At least by seeing Vena, they'll be not doing. But now Vena is become big problem. In Bhagavad Gita 18.5, it is stated that even in the renounced order, one should not give up sacrifice, charity, and penance. The brahmacharis must perform sacrifice, the grihasthas must give in charity, and those in the renounced order of life, vanaprastha and sannyasi, must practice penance and austerities. These are the procedures by which everyone can be elevated to the spiritual platform. When the stage of when sages and saintly persons saw that King Vena had stopped all these functions, they became concerned about the people's progress. Saintly people preach God consciousness or Krishna consciousness because they are anxious to save the general populace from the dangers of animalistic life. This is our propaganda is also our so mission is also what people saving people from animalistic life. I mean, otherwise they'll be dharmena pasabissanama. We want to preach varnasrama, sanatana dharma. That means Krishna consciousness and varnasrama dharma. To organize their material life, they should follow varnasrama dharma. So that's why this we want to preach. Is a helping tool. Ultimately, we want to take everyone to dependent on holy name and chant holy name forever and get the result. Krishna prayer. But you cannot take everyone from here to here like this. This is illusion actually. Another misunderstanding. थोड़ा सा एक दो चार दिन आप श्रद्धा दे दिया कुछ संग किया थोड़ा श्रद्धा आएगा आप सोचते हैं कि अब अनंत निवृत्ति कौन सा अनंत निवृत्ति
इधर अगर प्योर डिवोटी का सिस्टम मिल जाए कर्मी या विकर्मी वाले तो वो उधर नहीं है.
Then it depends upon power of the devotion. Prabhupada's early days actually they are all hippies. Because of power of Srila Prabhupada, everyone became full-time devotee 24 hours there immediately. Within few days only they became leaving everything and 24 hours they are following his instructions, direct instructions. That is his power. अभी है क्या? अभी कौन है इसे बनाने वाले? हाँ? नहीं है ना? आप तो नहीं तो आप भी नहीं. And Prabhupada also saw after that. Actually, initially all grihasthas, brahmacharis, everyone is in the temple. That was the system. But after that, due course of time, because he preaches preaching, na? So they are not in direct connection with Prabhupada. So people whom he preached, they are started preaching, bringing many people. So then Prabhupada said that, abhi community banana. That's why in West Virginia, New Vrindavan project, 1966 it started. After that, immediately. Then people be in the simple living and practice so simple life based upon land and cows and chant. And but this system is to become pure devotee only. Prabhupada also says. In 1977, he is saying even very strongly. From 1972 onwards, Prabhupada Because many people are coming to our organization, to our movement, by many people. So now it's a time. They are not directly associated with Prabhupada. So now it's a time for what? So systematically, so preaching and also saving them, protecting them. That is needed actually. That's why he was giving from 1972 onwards to 77. In his instructions, the major instructions are on developing communities, varnasramas. 75% of instructions are on that. You will see. In folio, you can go and search. He was telling very seriously. In 1977, February 14th, so-called Valentine's Day, on day he was saying with Harikesh Maharaj, Harisori Prabhu and one more conversation you can see 1977 February 14th, Mayapur. Prabhupada is saying, one sannyasi, five women. What is this? So to become Vaishnava, they should be varnashrama dharma. Like that. That's a practical actually. We may accept, we don't accept, but that's a fact. You cannot expect that everyone is fully surrendered to Lord by just by some association, little association. No. And unless if they are not fully surrendered, you cannot expect that they are in the pure devotion. No. You should not say actually. So then they need time, they need properly. So undergoing proper study of the Bhakti Shastras, doubt should be removed and they should be cultivated. Then they will come to the full surrender state. Before that, you need to take help of this system. If you keep them in the same with the association of karmis, you cannot see any progress in them. Ahe, okay, next thing. There must be a good government to see that citizens are actually executing their religious rituals and thieves and rogues must be caught. When this is done, the people can advance peacefully in spiritual consciousness and make their lives successful. That's our point also. What we have to give a good government actually for people. So that अहेरिवापय पोषः पोषकस्याप्यनर्थभृत् वेनः प्रकृत्यैव खलः सुनीता गर्भसम्भवः सुनीता गर्भसम्भवः. He took birth from Sunita. Sunita कौन? बहुत बैड वुमन है ना. सुनीता का पप्पा कैसा? Personification of death. That's the meaning actually. The sages began to think within themselves because he was born from the womb of Sunita. King Vena is by nature very mischievous. कोई भी गांव में भी कुछ बोलते हैं ना, अरे इसका पिता माता कैसे लोग ऐसे लोग है ना, इसको कैसा ही अच्छा निकलेगा बोलते हैं ना वैसे. That's true actually. Boy get qualities from her mother, from his mother, and mother is not good at all. And how can, that's why, because they are concluding that his nature is like that only. It's not that accidentally he did something. This boy's nature is like that. And his father also tried. So that's why he is already out of hands. Supporting this mischievous king is exactly like maintaining a snake with milk. Now he has become a source of all difficulties. Sages are contemplating like this. Saintly persons are generally aloof from the social activities and materialistic way of life. King Vena was supported by the saintly persons just to protect the citizens from the hands of rogues and thieves, but after his ascendance to the throne, he became a source of trouble to the sages. Saintly people are especially interested in performing sacrifices and austerities for the advancement of spiritual life. But Vena, instead of being obliged because of his saint's mercy, turned out to be their enemy. Actually, they only appointed him as king. Now, Vena is stopping religious activities. Turned out to be their enemy because he prohibited them from executing their ordinary duties. A serpent who is maintained with milk and banana simply stores poison in his teeth and awaits the day to bite his master. So that's why we should be always away from this kind of rich people or cruel people. निरूपितः प्रजापालः सजिघां सति वै प्रजा तथापि सान्त्वये मामुं नास्मास्तत्पातकं स्पृशे. We appointed this king Vena of the state in order to give protection to the citizens. But now he has become the enemy of the citizens. Despite all these discrepancies, we should at once try to pacify him. They are giving you one chance, second chance. We may not be touched by the sinful results caused by him. By doing so, because you see, they only appointed now. So, and they don't want to kill him. They appointed and they want to give a second chance instead of killing him immediately. Without giving a proper try immediately, if they kill, they so without trying them to change, trying him to change. So if you directly do, it's not good. So that's why they don't want to get such a sin actually without trying to change him, without endeavoring to change, directly kill him. The saintly sages elected King Vena to become king, but he proved to be mischievous. Therefore, the sages were very much afraid of incurring sinful reaction. That is also one more problem. Why they want to interfere into this issue? Because they only appointed, and if they don't solve this problem, then they will incur sin. The law of karma prohibits a person even to associate with a mischievous individual. By electing Vena to the throne, the saintly sages certainly associated with him. Ultimately, King Vena became so mischievous that the saintly sages actually became afraid of becoming contaminated by his activities because they appointed him. And that's why they are now afraid of his sinful activities. That means they appointed a wrong person as a king for innocent people. That's why they are afraid of this. Thus, before taking my action against him, before taking any action against him, the sages tried to pacify and correct him so that he might turn from his mischief. Tadvid, 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 vidvad, tad vidvir rasatvrutto venosmabhih kruto nrupah सांत्वितो यदीनो वाचं न ग्रहिष्यत्य धर्मकृत लोकधिक्कार संदग्धं दहिष्यामः स्वतेजसा. The saintly sages continue thinking, of course we are completely aware of his mischievous nature, yet nevertheless we enthrone Vena. If we cannot persuade King Vena to accept our advice, he will be condemned by the public and we will join them. Thus, by our prowess, we shall burn him to ashes. There, first they want to try to change him. Saintly persons are not interested in political matters, and they are always thinking of the welfare of the people in general. Consequently, they sometimes have to come down to the political field and take steps to correct the misguided government or royalty. However, in Kaliga, saintly persons are not so powerful as they previously were. And हम लोग not able to correct. अरे मोदी मिला मेरे से वाह एक फोटो खींच के यस ऐसा हो गया उनका जो बैड है हम लोग बोलने की भी हिम्मत नहीं as per the standard of shastra for leader means what should be there in his mind ultimate goal of life should be there in their mind if that is not there you cannot expect any good policies from that leader or good protection if that is not there then what who are there such leaders so they used to be able to burn any sinful man to ashes by virtue of their spiritual prowess. Now saintly persons have no such power due to the influence of age of Kali. Indeed, the Brahmanas don't even have the power to perform sacrifices in which animals are put into a fire to attain a new life. Under these circumstances, instead of actively taking part in politics, saintly persons should engage in chanting the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. By the grace of Lord Chaitanya, by simply chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the general populace can derive all benefits without political implications. So when we preach and when we have our own communities, then it will become Sangha Shakti actually. That will change the situation. ऐसा नहीं हम लोग जाके अभी इनको भस्म कर दूंगा उनको भस्म कर दूंगा मंत्र मंत्र आता नहीं लेकिन फिर भी नहीं तो भस्म कर ही डालते थे मंत्र तो आता ही नहीं क्या करें okay 4-2 how many shlokas are there how many are okay we'll do tomorrow हाँ? कर लीजिए तेरे बन हुआ ओके एक कर देंगे प्रभु बोले एवं अध्यवसायेनम मुनयो गूढ़मन्यवा उपव्रजा ब्रुवन्वेनम सांत्वयित्वा च सामभिः The great sages having thus decided approached King Vena concealing their real anger and cover करके they pacified him with sweet words and then spoke as follows. These munis are going to speak. 14th onwards, tomorrow we'll see. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions?
How they are being to kill. But thought father could have done that.
अरे तो इमरजेंसी था ना कोई नहीं
फादर सब कुछ छोड़ के चले गए तो उन्होंने कुछ पनिश कर दिया पनिश तो
बहुत पनिश किया लेकिन वो बदला नहीं है नहीं नहीं उन लोगों का ऐसा खत्म नहीं करना चाहते उनको ट्राई करने के लिए उनके पिताजी बहुत ट्राई किया तो इसीलिए चले गए होपलेस होकर तो उसके बाद स्टेजेस के लिए कोई रास्ता नहीं मिला इसीलिए उसको रखा और लेकिन वो तो घटिया बन गए
धृतराष्ट्र को सुझाव दिया था जिसने कि दुर्योधन ऐसा है
हाँ वो तो विदुर ने कहा ये सबसे बड़ा है बट कर्मा इज सो पावरफुल यू नो अकॉर्डिंग देयर कर्मा दे विल बी देयर
नेक्स्ट किंग बनने के लिए राजा को रट्टे होना चाहिए
ऐसा कुछ नहीं लेकिन उस समय योगी कुछ नहीं मिला ऐसा if you see in the 8th canto 9th canto you see so many people that means brahmana sons became kshatriya sons became brahmanas many will come not necessary But samskaras are followed in the lineage for many, many generations, then there is a chance. You cannot simply violate birth also. Birth is have no role in deciding varna. We cannot say, but in Kali Yuga you can say. But in other yugas, birth is also having some weight. Astrology, birth, character, parents, all will be into the factors.